afternoon, everybody, and how are you? I hope you had a good evening yesterday. Thank you again for all your sweet, lovely comments. It's really nice of you. I can't get over it really. After I was saying yet again to my husband, you are all so wonderfully kind. You really are. Sorry, I've just been eating a packet of crisps. Salt and vinegar, my favourite. I've got my woolly jumper on. I've got some jumpers out. It's not very nice weather again. Raining again. So anyway, before we start, we're going to do an autumnal look with just about 2 or 3 pumpkins. I haven't done the bow yet or anything like that, but what I'm going to do, we're going to do it on this little wooden pumpkin. And I'm not sure how far I want to go up with the arrangement. I think I want to put the bow at the bottom and let it have some tail ends and then just work the flowers around. So, but I've yet to glue on my oasis either. It's just a last minute thing. I have been busy, so I thought, right, let's just get everything on the table and we'll just do it. So, first of all, let's go through what we're going to use. For our bows, I've got 4 different bows, and I have got this one with the pumpkin on and the green swash, and then I've got a brown with a bit of red in it, an orange checked ribbon, and then I've also got the ribbon, oopsies, upside down, with a little gnome on, and on one big piece is holding a pumpkin, and then the other is holding a red maple. That's the thing, I haven't got no maple out. Oh my good gracious me. And then I've just got a browny gold colour with gold around the edge and lines, glittery lines in the centre with like a brownish colour tan background. So they're the colours that we're going to use. Oh, and because I saw this ribbon, I knew I'd got some of these, some little things. I've got a little wooden thing here, sign, well, not a sign, just a little of the gnome. Same as that, isn't he cute? So I don't know whether to put a pick on the back and have him hanging up here or just glue him on to the side. So that is what we're going to do with the ribbon. I've got my cat here again. I've made him sit there to keep out my way. Hopefully he will and he won't jump on here because he's in a funny mood today. Anyway, we've got I'm trying to stick to the just oranges really. I haven't got no greenery apart from what is on here and the odd bits of floral as well. Other than that, I have got no greenery. Now that's not me, but I have got these orange ferns. I mean green in colour, that's what I mean. So I've got these with some of them have got deep red at the bottom and some are just brown. So I thought we would use some of those. I'll show you that I've got 3 different coloured pumpkins, the red, the orange and the cream. I was going to get different coloured sunflowers out, but I thought no, they'd be too big. But I did get one sunflower out only, and that is my beautiful orange sunflower. Now, isn't that a beautiful colour? I love it. And then I've got these, excuse me, I've still got a chest infection. Some little oddments of peonies and some little hydrangeas. One moment. Oh, excuse me. And hydrangeas with their little bit of greenery. These are quite dark, some of them as well. I thought I may add odd bits of those in. And now these are are similar to an orangey colour. Orangey tan with a bit of yellow in the centre. So I thought we could use some of those in just to throw the floral. I did get my big bunch of all different, well, they came as a bunch where they've all different things on with berries, the leaf on them, the eucalyptus as well, and all the different things. So I thought, well, take some of those off of there and add those. I've also got my anthuriums. I thought we'd put some of those in, the wispy ones, not the actual leaf, you know, the anthurium leaf. And I've just found this as I was rummaging through, and I found a couple of stems of these little wildflowers in orange. So I thought, let's add those in. And I have got my lady apple, my lovely lady apple that I've had for, donkey's years, as they say, which means basically a long time. I still can't find where I got them from, so I don't know if they've stopped doing them, to be quite honest, but it's a pity if they do. But I've got those to add for the wispiness as well. And I've also brought these out. I'm not saying I'm going to put these in, but my lovely little swirly bits, what I adore, with the berries on as well. I thought, let's get those out also. And in my oddment box, I just had 3 small little pieces of this with our little berries on and our little tiny pumpkins. Aren't they just lovely? So cute. And I thought, let's get those in. Oops, that one's fell out. So we'll put that back in with those. And then I've just found this. Oh, I'm attaching myself to everything. Right at the back with the anthuriums. These. Now, I thought they would, I've only got 2. I've looked for a 3rd. I can't find any, so I've perhaps not got any more left. So I thought we're going to put these in as well. And last of all, I thought, let's get my bunch of little twigs, dried twigs. These are with seed heads on, and a few with poppy seed heads, just to add the natural effect into it as well. So that's what we are going to try and incorporate into this design. And again, as I say, we're not going to use everything. It's just that I've just bought all the bunches out, just so I can have them, you know, and cut off what I need as I go along. So I'm going to put all the flowers together down one end, because we're going to start with our foliage. So put that there as well. But before we do, we need to do our bow and stick our oasis on. So I haven't cut these. These are new rolls that I've had that I've not even used yet. So I thought, they're not very big rolls. They're only 2.7 meters long, but for something small like that, that is all you really need. So that's that one. I can pull them off. I've just been chatting to my neighbour before I started. I can't see where it is. And then I was going to sit and have a cup of coffee with him, but I said I wanted to crack on and do the video. This is the order that I'm going to do them in. I've had a look, I've moved them around, you know, just to see how they look. You know, I've sat them like that. No. So I'm basically going with pattern, stripes, pattern, stripes. So they're not going to clash, the 2 stripy ones next to each other. So let me get also the floral wire ready. So we're going to start with this one at the back. With it being light and lots of pumpkins in and swashes and a light board, I thought we'd sit that at the back. And I'm not going to do an extremely, you know, really wide bow. I say that. I always say that. So I'm going to, how far do I want the tail end? Probably about there, I guess. So what's that? Oh, that's 10 inches. Now, do I go to 12 instead? No, we'll stick at 10. So we'll place that in. We'll twist it so the pattern is upside down underneath here. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to go to, do I do 5 inch or 4? Let's have a look. 5. We're going to go to 5 inches, which if you're doing it on your mat would be 10 inches, and then fold it over to make 5. Once I've gone and I've twisted it, the pattern on this side then becomes also upside down. Let me just move that tail end to the front. And then I'm going to go on this side where my 5 is and just mark it. And before I go down, twist it. So then again, my pattern is on the underside. And then now I don't have to measure because I can measure with these loops. And do it. And if you're not sure, just place both your fingers in, and if you think one's longer than the other or shorter, just pull it into the correct size that you need. I haven't got my, usually when I'm doing my ribbons, I'm sat over there and I've got a little stick that holds these ribbons on so it doesn't keep going everywhere. So now I've done that, I'm not going to twist because if I twist the pattern will be upside down. So I'm just going to bring it down this way. I'm having a smaller tail this side because that will be sitting up here. So that is our first. And I'll just dovetail this one. As you fold it, cut from the folded out to, in a diagonal cut to the side. So that is our first. So then now we will have our stripy one. I love this because it's nice and brown, very autumnal. I know I've done Christmas one and things, and I just thought, oh, I want to do another autumnal. I haven't really done many. Let's measure 10 inch. So that's there. So that is going to sit like that. And then twist it. Sorry if you can't see. I'll try and zoom in actually, so you can just get an idea. Let's just have a look. I'll try it like that, guys. So you may be able to see a little bit better. So again, we've done our tail end there. I've twisted it as it's come over this side. Gosh, it's tangled up. This is why I wish I'd got me little... It's twisted within itself. One moment. And then we're going to go over again at 5 and twist before we get to the bottom, so that the top side is underneath. And again, measure with this next bow, the one underneath, and twist again before I place it on the bottom. And again, over we go, measuring it with these here, and twist again. And then the last one, we do the same, measuring it with these. Let me just, like that. But I'm not twisting this again, because if I do, then the main pattern will be underneath the top part. So again, I'm going to cut this shorter and then wrap that one back up. I need to get some pins out. Let's get a few pins to stop it from unraveling in the spool, so it stays enclosed like that. So then I'm going to get the little gnome, or let me just cut this first. Saves me having to go around. Again, cut it from the folded piece out to the side. And I'll show you how to do it on this one before I place it. So I've got that. I fold it in half, and there's the bent piece that's not open. And you fold it like that. And this is where the folded piece is. Cut at a diagonal position down to this point, right to the edge, and then it opens and it becomes a dovetail. So again, with this one, 10 inches. So that's there. Now I'm going to put him back on this side because I don't want two patterns, two printed ones on with each other. I want well, you know, the brown with a pattern and then the brown on here with that pattern. So I'm going to go back over onto this side as well. We just hold it down so I can do it, and then twist. Oops, caught the other one. So twist, so your pattern is now underneath, and then on these I'm going to go 4 inches. So I'm just going to move those out the way, the loops, and measure 4. So there's 4. So I'm going to come down and twist. And again, I'm going to measure 4 on this side. Not 4. Yeah, 4, sorry, because we've done 5. Gosh, I'm going crazy. Go in. Yep, 4. And again, twist. So the pattern again is underneath. And then do the same, and I don't need to measure now. I'll just follow this 4 here and line it up with that, and then twist it just once. You don't have to twist it several times. And then let me get that over there. Then measure with this and just place that one down, because I'm not twisting it again because the pattern would be upside down. So I want to just cut that one, and then let's just put that on there. So again, I'm going to dovetail this and do it like that. And our last bow is the little golden one with this beautiful glitter on. I like a bit of sparkly, and I've just seen a lot of glitter come off, so it looks like this one gets everywhere. So now, because I've got the brown there with a pattern, and I've got the pattern, and this is like a tanny colour, so I want to equal it out and do it like that. So measure 10 inch, just gather it together, place it in, and once it's in, twist. Twist either to you or away from you, depending on how you feel more comfortable. And then I'm measuring this one as 4 as well. So I've got 2 sets of 5 loops and 2 sets of 4. So I'm going to measure it with this one, place it on, and twist again. So now the pattern is under the underside. Let's just measure that one. And do the same there and twist. And I'm going to measure on the top with that. And all you're doing is twisting it so the pattern then goes underneath. And I'm not twisting this one because that's the last one. We're going 4 loops of each. So I will cut this again like that. Oh, it does get everywhere, this glitter. Never mind. It's all in good fun. And then just place a pin in to hold it from the spool opening up. So while I'm doing that, I'll do that to this one. There we go. So that is all the ribbon I would like. Let me just dovetail this one so then I know that they're all done. So then let me just pull my sleeve up. So I'm picking it up with my thumb underneath and my forefinger on top. So if you just give it a helping hand to lift up like that. So again, my thumb under the bottom, my forefinger on the top. Oops, I've left a piece, so let me just place that back in like that. So then you get your floral wire, or if you want to put on a zip tie or tie wrap, that's also, you know, you can do that. And I'm placing the wire over the top and holding it with my forefinger. And then I'm just going to bring that underneath, because turn over and bring it underneath. And then once you've got them together, twist your wire. Just a couple of times. And that is what you end up with. You can position all your loops how you'd like them to sit on your bow maker. I do that sometimes, and then sometimes I don't. It's not of any importance. It's how you feel more comfortable. So then get your bottom what ribbon that you first started with and make a cross, if I show you, underneath. So you've got, let's just hide that out of the way. I wonder if that one's supposed to go that side. Yeah. So you've got a letter X, basically. You've got the X. So then you get the others and the brown one that you did next. Then bring that in between these two. So it's in the center of those, like that. Placed in the center, and then do that all the way around. Place this in the center of the bottom loops, and then grab them from this side and do the same here. And then you do the same with the rest. Then you work and get the grey ribbon and put them in the center of your brown ones. So like that. And then your gold one, put them in the center of your grey. So you're making layers of your bows. That one belongs up there. So then you have a nice, beautiful, fluffy bow. And you've got your tail ends. You can either cut these or bring your long ones under the bottom. Now, the long ones I like to have on the bottom. I don't mind the short ones being on the top. So just manipulate them and just pull them down through your bows to come to the bottom. Let me just see which way that one wants to move. Through there. Oops. That can sit on the top. So I'm bringing these under the bottom. So then you'll be able to see your loops a bit better, or should I say more. Let me move that. Or you can also do that to your loops like that. And as you can see, the brown ones are in between these. And then you've got the other one there, the other one there. And then you just move them like that. So when you've done, where's my wire? Oh, I've lost my wire now, it's hidden. Oh gosh. There. You end up with a beautiful bow. I tend to keep, sometimes I have to, there we go. There is now your beautiful bow that you will sit on your arrangement. Now that is really quite large. I had a feeling it may be large, but I'm not going to change it. Oh, I've now let go of my wire. There we are. Oh, Scrap Metal Man's here. I said he comes daily. So let me just take off my pumpkin, and I'm going to sit that on there. Now I've made an awl at the bottom to place my ribbon through so I can attach it. So let me just make sure that that awl is plenty big enough. I have got an old cutter. I just wanted to make sure that it's big enough to get that through. It should be. My glasses keep falling. So the longer ones at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just place one of the wire through, and then at the bottom. So it comes out through the back like that. And then I'm just going to twist the wire until it's tight. And if you want, you know, if you've not got an old puncher, you can glue your ribbon on. So I will just cut that there. I've left a bit sticking up, but I will bend that over and bring it back underneath to the front, so that will not catch on anybody's door or fingers, you know, as they are touching it. So we just bring all the and just now rearrange it while it's flat on the surface. The bow on the bottom and the grey bow is really very stiff. I don't know whether I want to cut the tail ends now because it looks really big. Place those under here. We'll see as we go along. There's a lot of, as we say, faffing, because I'm very particular with my bows. If they're not sitting right, I will keep going until I want them to sit exactly where I'd like it to. 2, 3, that one needs to come up Here we go. Now it's doing its job. So you basically, on each layer, you're forming an X on each layer of your bow. That's what you're doing. So let me just place that on there and have a look. Right, I'm going to cut that a bit smaller, that bow, that tail end, because that one's a bit too long. Bring that one through as well. So that's what we have. So we'll place that back over here. Look at all the glitter. My goodness, it's everywhere. So let's, oh, it's sticking to my mat. I'm going to have to get his soapy water on with a cloth. Right, our oasis. I don't want a great big block of this. I want to sit it down this one side. It's like we're going to do a wreath where it's just, they're coming out from one side. So I'm going to just place that there. Just mark where I need to cut it down. And then just go straight down. And then bring it back on. Right. Again, let me take this off. As you can see on the back, it's going over the edge. So what I will do, just cut that bit off. I save all these little oddments in case I need them for something else. Placing it on the wrong side. And it's going to sit like that. So I will put it flat on here, or I could actually make an imprint of the circle. Yes, on the back we've got the print, so I can cut around that. That's even, you know, to make it the shape of the pumpkin. And all I'm doing is just getting my spatula and just cutting around the shape. And I'm just going to take that off slowly, like that. So what I'm going to do, because now you've got all these bits, rub the other piece of oasis on it to remove the bit. It's like you're sanding it down. So there's your curve. So that then will be glued on. Oh, look at that, guys. Perfect. Glued on to the board. So I'm now going to get the glue and use, I think this is in the way at the moment. Let me pull my sleeve up. I'm going to get the glue and I'm going to glue this underneath the oasis. And I will show you, because I've zoomed in, so you may not see what I'm doing. And let me just get it on. I'm just stroking it on, just enough. I'm getting near the edges of it as well, so it just sticks around the edge too. Go. And I've just glued it like that. So then we're going to turn it upside down and we're going to place it on there and then just press it down. I'm not spraying this because it's a similar colour to what the wood is and also some of the ribbon. So I'm allowing it to blend in. So then you have that. So I'm going to just keep hold of it just so it starts to set a bit more. And then we'll put it back on the easel. I think I could do with a little bit under there where I can see it's slightly lifting. Just press that down. I want to remove any glue that's seeping out from the sides. I'm just putting a bit of pressure onto it so then it starts to stick. It's better. I will fluff up the bow again. In fact, let me put a bit of glue on the bow as well, just for a double security. I find sometimes that the bows, because when they are quite heavy, they do tend to move. There we go. Fluff the loops up underneath. Your tail ends, you can just manipulate those. I've got a glue string on one. And just let them fold over like that. So let's get our easel, place it on. I think that one needs to go under as well. I think my hubby's home. I will show you this once I've fluffed it properly up. Oops, a daisy. So that's what we're going to have. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to lift up the camera. So that's what we have. So I'm going to zoom back out. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, what have I done? There we go. Oh gosh, I wondered what I've done, guys. So sorry about that. Oh, what is it? Oh, there we are, guys. I thought it had stopped recording. Oh my goodness, I nearly had a nightmare. Sorry about that, the camera just moved in its own direction. Oh, that was scary. So now I've got my little man. I'm going to place him up here. So I'm going to, I hope the video didn't stop while I was recording. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to place him here. This is a bit of decor, and it goes with the bow, where it is in the bow as well. So we'll sit there. Oh, oh, that frightened me. Right. So here we go. First of all, I think I want to put the pumpkins in. So let me get the glitter off of here, because I've got it. I don't want it all over the pumpkins. So with the pumpkins, I'm going to place them in the centre here, coming towards the little gnome. Oh, I hope you're all right, everybody, about that. I pressed the wrong button and it paused. Oh my goodness. I'm going to place that there. Just grab any glue, what's seeping out, and it's on your oasis. So do I put the orange and then the white? Yes. Or is it the white, then the orange? Oh, I'm going to put the cream next to the ribbon. I'm going to place that just like that, and then I'm going to have this one slightly longer, the stem, so it can reach in front. And I'm going to go underneath and push that in as well. So then that sits like that. And the sunflower, I think I'm going to place the sunflower in the centre here. So let's cut the sunflower. I know I usually start with the foliage. Got elastic band on there. Got to cut that leaf off and save the stem. So I'm going to place, let me see how far that goes in. Cut a little bit more. And then we're going to place this. Hi hubby.
Oh.
How's your day been?
Is it?
Bless you. Have you been delivering?
No, not in this.
So we're going to put that. I don't know whether to take the leaf off because you can barely see it. So let's take the leaf off. You can see there's a little bit sticking out where the leaf went. There we go. So I'm going to push that in a little bit more. We don't want it hanging too far out. So then that is how we placed the sunflower. I wanted the sunflower in so I can now work around the sunflower. Let's get our, I've got little bits of twigs everywhere. This is my twiggy pile. So we're going to, these are push-ups as well, so you can push them right to the top. I always hold the top because sometimes I've noticed when I've pushed up from the bottom, the top piece comes off and you just end up putting it all back on. So I hold the top as well as pushing up at the same time. So I want to place one coming down. I'm going to place that on the side. like that. And I'm going to put a few more in, cutting the stem really short on some of them. I'm going to go next to it, but bring it upwards. So it looks like it's just working its way up from the bottom. And I'm going to bring one, co-join it, just push those up. I don't mind if these are bent over. There's no wire in them, so you can't really manipulate them. So I try to just use my warm hand and just try and stroke it over. It doesn't always work, but on some things it does. Because if you bend them over, because they've got no wire, I have snapped them before, unfortunately. And again, I'm going to come slightly in, and I'm going down at an angle. Let me just have a look. Yeah. So now I've got some darker ones with a darker red in. Now these are not push-ups, these type, because these are a different one to these. So I tend to manipulate the stem and just bend it in different directions instead of it being, if I can show you, let me just cut the next one off. Instead of just placing it in like that, I like to give it movement so it looks more realistic than sitting like that. But if you like it like that, then you know, everybody to their own preference, but I like to give it a natural movement of what you would see maybe in your garden. And I'm going to add a red one down there to blend it. So I'm going to put this, oh, I should have cut it. Oh, goodness gracious me, how daft. I've sharpened my scissors today. It was ready for a good sharp edge up, putting back into them. Bring that up there. Again, this is all going to be virtually one colour or of the same shade orange. There may be odd bits of yellow, but it's more like a monochromatic where there's just one colour with a tint. I'm going to place that one up here. Oh, I've got glue all over my hands that I can't see again. I'm going to push that as far as it will go, the stem. Maybe lean it slightly over. Let's just lift that slightly back up. That's better. And again, I'm doing the same, just manipulating the stem. I'm going to place that here. Where's that glue string? So we've got all the orange around there, so let me just have a look. Yes. So it's like that. So let's have a look what we shall use. I think we need some twiggy bits in as well. Now some of these are, because they are twigs, they do break over, bend over and snap. So I'm trying to look for the stronger ones. And I'll just cut them off. My goodness, they are all entwined with each other. Let's see if there's any on the opposite that I can get to. I'm cutting them on the actual bunch. I'm not pulling them out because I may snap some, because again they are fragile, just like the wheat. And what's the other one that I use? Oh, the bunny tails. They're very fragile. But I just want to add in a bit of natural. I mean, these are real. They've just been dried out. I think I got these from, gosh, where did I get them from? I think I got them, you know what guys, I actually think I got them from JYSK, but I think they were around, I think £15 for the whole bunch. So they wasn't cheap, I don't think. I think they was quite expensive for, you know, for dried flowers. So let's have a look. We may want a few more. I can feel quite a thick stem, but it's right in the centre. Oh gosh, oh, you have to be careful. So we'll take these two off instead and use those. I'm going to put these back, everybody, because they will get in the way, and I don't want them to snap. That's not the one. Try and get that in there. I forgot about these. These are what I dried myself. Let me see if I can pull a few out. I've pulled 3, 4, and one's bent. The wheat that we had growing on our garden, that I planted a plant like this, and they come like that. Once that, you know, I thought, oh, you know, they're just right how I'd like them. I put a bit of twine around the bottom, turned them upside down and hung them in the dark until they went this colour. They didn't actually take quite that long to do it like that. So even though we've got some sharp bits on there, you can either cut it off to the next node like that, or you can keep it on. I'm going to just place these around and around the edge, just to give it that different texture, and they're not all the same. If you think they may need support, you know, attach some corsage tape around them with a pick, just to give them that extra strength. So again, like I say, they're very fragile. I do like having them in displays, but I am very wary of them, because if somebody, you know, walks past while your display's hanging up, they could easily snap and bend over. It's a shame, but it's just a natural product, so you have to try and work along with it. So I try to get the ones out that are more, the stems are more stable and they can't bend. I mean, this one's bent in a really nice position. That's how it's naturally grown. I'm going to take the bottom off and I'm going to use that like that. And I think I may actually bring that up here, because that is quite pretty. I'm going to place that. I'm going to turn it if I can. I should have placed it in the way I'd like it. See, and that's got nothing on, but it gives off a beautiful effect, a woody effect, and I like to see that. All because it's got nothing on, I don't throw it away. I will incorporate it into a design to give that twiggy effect. And I'll join it up with that. Like I say, they are very, very thin. And I'm very careful when I'm trying to unravel them, because they will snap, you know, when they're entwined with each other. Got a little one, there we go. See, and I like that, how that's together. Now that one's bent over, so I will pull those off. And there is another nothing on it. I want to keep that because that does give, you know, a different texture. So I can cut 2 pieces off of here. Now, I just have to be careful as I push it in. It may be slightly longer than some of the others, but I'm all right with that because it's very airy as well. And when I say airy, I mean, you know, you can see through it without it being in the way. Don't you just love things like this? Now that's bent over, so we'll take that off. I do want to bring the odd one across, like that. And another piece with nothing on, apart from one little seed what's popped open. I'm going to place that. Well, now that's bent, so let me cut that smaller. And if the stem is bent, you know, just chop it down smaller again and use it as it's smaller. See, now that's a pretty one. Now let's see where we can put this. I'm just going to turn it around, everyone, so I can just say we need it there. Let's shorten it. I'm going to place it in how I'm looking at it from here. So we need it like that. Let's see what we've got left. Just checking that that's not snapped. Now this is really thin, really, really thin. So I'm going to place that at an angle, leaning onto the bow. I've got 2 here. I may group those up together. When I'm going to group these, I'm not going to put tape around them. I'm just going to put them together and place them in together. And as you notice, I'm putting them in really slow, again, because I don't want them to snap. Now, I'm going to place, use that one. use those two. I'll put in my hand what I'm going to use. That's broke. Oh, I've got one sticking to me. Oh, that's broken too. There's nothing, just a stem. So I'm going to place the, oh, I've got one here too. Two more. I'm going to use them all because they give off a lovely effect. Now we'll put that there, or actually there. I'm not going to put them all at the same size. I will turn it around, guys. I just want to do it because they're so delicate. I want to place them in and then show you. Right. That one's a bit too long. So we'll cut off that and use that separately. And I'm going to place this also. Outwards. And I'll put these two little ones together with this one. So by placing these really fine ones together, you know, more than one, it gives it a bit of strength to be able to put it in without it breaking. Right, let me just cut these down. 1, 2. These are also very delicate. I'm very wary of anything like this. Cut that one there. Right, so let's get rid of all these out of the way. These bits of stems, what is the main stem. I'll turn around what I've done. I think. Oh, is it too heavy on one side? Because that's also another thing that does happen. Or is it that bow that's stopping it? Let me wrap that bow around to keep it there for now, if it does. Right, that's what we have at the moment. And I want to put these in. Also, I may even cut these shorter. These are, in fact, with these, what I'm going to do, because there's an awl at the bottom, I'm going to put a stem, get a bit of glue on it, and put a pick, if I can get it in, and push it up. Yes. Let's just, right, it's not going to go no more. So got a bit of strength in it, not much. I'm going to put these in as well. And have those like that. Let's see if I can put these up without any glue in them. Maybe the glue that's stopping me from positioning it. No, it's not, I don't think. No, that's the outer layer, so I'm going to have to place this one in by itself without any support. I'm placing some at the back as well. I'm not just leaving them up, putting them all at the front. See now that's bent, look. As soon as I placed it in, it bent. So it looks like we're going to have to put some support on. So So I'm going to get some brown corsage tape and I'm going to attach it right from underneath the wheat down, because it needs that full strength to be able to go in without breaking. Again, I'll put this around the back. So I may do that with all of them. I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to take, like I say, put the corsage tape right underneath and go down. On this occasion, I'm not wrapping it around the stem because it's fragile. I'm going straight over, because I tend to wrap a little bit around the stem first and then attach the pick halfway into it. But I'm going right from the top and attaching the stem and the pick together. It's the stems, it really is the stems what are so fragile. And I'm using brown corsage tape because I'm using it for a brown stem, and also because we are doing the autumnal look. So what I'm doing, usually I put a bit of tape on the neck of it first and then go on to the pick, but I'm putting the pick right up to the top, and then we're going to go over with it at the same time, because it does need that support right on the top as well. And then just go down and just go slightly under where the end of that stem finished. Get that blue off the oasis. Do I need 5 or just 3? I may put one here as well. Do a smaller one. Let's just peel that off. I'm going to do a smaller one. There we go. And I can bend that as well, with it being having that stem all the way to the top. So that's what we have so far. Let me just get rid of all this wheat and poppy seeds and that, because they do come off as well, you know, the seed heads and that, as you're, you know, touching them. So let's just have a quick look. It's leaning, that's bugging me. I may have to put that rope and put it there instead, just to keep it balanced, because that is irritating me. So, and plus with the more we're going to put in, the more it's going to be heavy this side. So to make it balanced out, just move your twine or rope, whatever, into a different position on the board. So I will do that nearer the end. Right, we've got our amaranthus, and I've got some on single, what I put on single picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to use 5. So I don't want those. And let's see where we're going to place these. Again, because it's just going to be an orange theme. Where have I gone? It's going to be an orange theme, so with a tint of another colour, which is classed as a monochromatic. So I'm going to place that just up there. I'm going to do some shorter so when they come out here, because I want to be able to see the little pumpkins. So we'll do this one smaller. And we'll place that just there. Get that little bit of glue. Don't it look lovely? Even just with these in at the moment, it looks very, very autumnal. And then I'm going to put one, oh, I've got hiccups. I'm going to put one around the centre here. Just like on there. So, I've got these, what we're going to have a look through. Now there's a leaf I'll use. Yes, I'm going to use some of those. Some of the berries. Or seed heads. I can't really make my mind up what they actually are. We'll get some of those out. Have I got any more? See, there's a bit of greenery on there and on there, so I don't mind that. Is that attached? Yeah, that's attached, so I'm going to cut that. We'll use those. I'm just snipping bits off of foliage. And again, these are paperback. Right, let me just place that there a moment. Let's see how we want. Place it there. One moment, let's get in our foliage. Now that's got 2 on. You see, even though I've not pulled this off, the paper is already, you know, taking itself away, as you can see, from the actual stem. So I'm going to pull them both off apart from each other and wrap them back up. Let's use some of these, what I've cut. Oh, let me just go and get my coffee, guys, what my husband brought in. I bet it's gone cold. Oh, he's put it on the floor. It's like, again, like it's like a cafeteria in here with a collection of mugs. Every night when I've finished and cleaned up, I'm going back into the house with about 3 or 4 different mugs. I don't know why they can't just come and fetch the mug and make it out of that. So I'm looking at stuff while I'm doing it. No, I don't want that in. Oh, stop looking. I do this every time, guys, don't I? Start looking. And I shouldn't. Because I've still got that bunch there that I could use if I need any more filling in. Right, so I'm going to bring some of these around the back. Just for the different movement, well, not as much the movement, the different type of leaf, instead of having the exact same. Oh, I don't know what to do for tea tonight. I wish somebody had just dropped me menus down through my letterbox every day in my mail. And just say, tonight you will make this. So they can think for me. Because I always run out of ideas. And the thing is, I don't know about you guys. I can say to them in the house, oh, that's the wrong way around. What would you like for tea tonight? Do you ever get the reply of, don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness, it drives me batty. It's like I'm expected to know what they want and just make it. Because I've done that before, and I don't know again, like you, everybody. You've made it off top of your head and thought, right, they're going to have this tonight. And then as soon as you start preparing it, one of them say, oh, but I don't fancy that. Oh, it's a nightmare. I hate cooking. Well, I don't hate it, but I just don't like doing it because it's like everybody in the house expects me to think what they want. And I don't know what the taste buds or the palate is fancying. My mum used to always say, this is probably what everybody's gone through when you're younger and your parents will say, well, that's what you're having. If you don't eat it, you go without. Yeah? I bet you've heard that many a times. I know I sure have. So I've had to eat what my mum put on the table. Oh, but in the 21st century, oh my good gracious me, it's totally different. I don't fancy that. What else can we have? And in my mind, it's like, I have done on the odd occasion said, that's what you're having. But, oh gosh. And it's awkward because my youngest son does shifts. I can't ring him at work. Well, it's not that I can't, I won't. I won't get him into trouble. That somebody from his family have rang him. So I can't really ask him. Because when I'm usually here in the workshop, he usually goes to work and doesn't tell me what he wants. So I don't ring it or ring his workplace up. But so I can't ask him. So it's a case of I have to think for him. So when he comes back, I do cook it, but then I just put it in the oven and keep it warm. And then he'll come in and, oh, what's for tea? And I'll just say, whatever's in the oven. That's what you're having. I'm placing some of these as well at the front, as well as the back. I want to bring one down here against the bow. Why can't they be like the cats? You just put whatever in their plate and that's it, they'll eat it. And what I'm doing, I'm filling all this up, oops the daisy, with foliage. We've got lots of room left. So I may end up getting some more. Oh, I want to say welcome. Oh, yes. I've forgotten. Sorry. I'm busy chatting about myself. I want to say a welcome to Teresa, who lives in Northern Ireland. And she's just started making wreaths. And oh, bless her. She says that I'm an inspiration. Oh, gosh, aren't you so kind? Well, Teresa, well, Teresa, if you've got any problems or anything you need help with, like I say to all the other beautiful subscribers, please do not hesitate to contact me. Private message me or even ask me on my YouTube channel, and I will do my best to help you out. But a big, big welcome. Oh, honestly, this is one of my favourite languages, accents should I say, is the Irish. I love it. I wish I'd got their accent. Instead I've got a boring accent. But oh, welcome, Teresa. Again, my darling, if you need any help, please do, contact me and I will help you out. Right, let's get these beads in. And we'll just give you a quick warning. Excuse my cat on the videos, what you see. I say this to everybody. He is a nuisance, as much as I love him. I mean, he's still asleep here. He'll be asleep all day if I let him. He'll stay in here all night if I let him. But yes, I hope you enjoy the videos. And I'd love to hear from you again. I love chatting to people. I chat a lot with Sandra and Julie, a lot. I feel like I know them. So if you're watching, Sandra, I feel like I know you, and Julie. Julie sounds ever so young. I've not met her, but she sounds really young. And we're going to place that there as well. Shall I, on the glasses, just add a bit of floral around the sides here. I haven't forgot this side. I'm wanting to add some floral and some oddments around there as well. So let's get some floral in here. But I just do want to keep an eye out, so you can see the pumpkins. I didn't want to put a lot of things like that in. I just wanted it basically looking, woodlandy sort of feel, on autumn feel as well. I'm going up this side with these, placing those there, and then I've got the hydrangea which I want coming out here. So let's place the hydrangea in and give it that little bit of floral as well. As you can see now, it's starting to hide some of the oasis. I do have this one, but I may actually incorporate that into this, so we'll hang on to that. Oh, let me use these two pieces, I think. Oh, it's a shame I haven't got any more, because these are lovely. Oh, the caught. I'm going to put one up there, and they've got the grasses. These are push-ups, so I will push them right up to the top. I need to have a pair of clippers on either side. I came to that conclusion last night as well. I said to my husband, I really do need some clippers either side, even though I've got spare ones, but these are my best ones, what work better than the others. So I'm going to place, if I can see, that just there. Add a bit of a darker red because we've got red on these ferns at the bottom. And I'm going to add one there. It's a pity I haven't got a third. Let me just look if I've got a third. If not, then I've got an idea what I may use. my gosh, there is that much in these buckets. I can't see one unless I pull the bucket out and go through it. So in that case, I'm going to use one of these amaranthus, and I'm going to pull it off because it is on paperback. It's a very similar shape, so I'll use that coming out from this side. So again, I've pulled all the paper off of there. Let's get this. And again, do the same, wrap it up from the neck down. And I'm doing it in brown because we're doing the autumnal colours. So I want them all to blend in with the colours, and so that they all look twiggy, as we say, bushy, twiggy, should I say, forest colours. Is that a better way of saying it? Forest colours. So I'm going to go in the just behind here. There's a space. Let me just hold on to this a bit more. So that's sticking there. And then I'm going to put this one, because it's just singular, at the bottom. This is an amaranthus. It's basically the seeds in the centre of the amaranthus leaf. So we'll put that down there as a bit of length. Now, I've got this one left here. Let me just take this off and see. Yeah, we're going to put these on the outside. But then again, oh gosh, yeah, then again, one moment. I've got my little, I've got a spare one there. Oh, they look nice. Shall I put them together at side? Oh, let me just do these. Let me finish with these first. Now I've got these that I've already. I think they look nice. And there again. Let me just have a look at this side from here. Now we've got things there. So, because these are small, we've got some oasis showing here. I'm going to place a bit coming down onto the bow. I've got a little bit left here. I'm not going to throw this. I will use it. And let's place that at the side. Now what can we put at the front with that? Or do I actually put this? Or maybe, oh, I'm going to put it at the top. We're going to place it in here. Oops, 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 careful, careful. Just here to hide bits of the oasis on that side as well. This is bugging me because it keeps moving. I'm going to get another bit of cord or rope because it's leaning. Gosh, them scissors are sharp. So let me just bring it through this side. You can staple this onto the back. I'm going to try it first. going through there. And what I do, I reach the two tips with each other and then I tie a knot. Once I've tied that knot, I mean, I can cut this off if it's not working. I pull just to give it that extra tightness. And then I occasionally, well, majority of the time, do another knot as well. Cut that off. Now let's see which one works the best. I'm not taking the other one off until, so I need to see. Or do I end up having to move it somewhere else? In fact, no, that one's all right. So I'm going to cut this one off. At the back. Don't you think that's better with it hanging like that on the other opposite side? Because of the weight, it seems to be balancing it more. So there's no harm in actually moving it. Again, like I say, if you want to staple it on the back, instead of having it going through, if you've not really got anywhere for it to go through, just get a stapler and just staple through the cord itself and onto the back. And that will also, you know, do the same job. That coffee's gone cold because I've forgotten about it. So I've got some little bits of leaf I may want to put in there. I'm going to take that bottom one off. I want to place some, put a bit of foliage down here as well. So I don't want to waste them. I'm just going to turn it around so I can see where I'd like to place this one. I think that needs to go there. Let me just hold. Put that there. Don't want bits on it on the pumpkins. So, because we've got that one there, do I put this one up there? Yes. So I'm going to cut it at an angle. I'm not chopping this one up because I want it to go in and place at an angle. Just get that glue. Let me just see. I can see some around the back. So I'm repositioning one of the tail ends. I don't want it coming over. I don't know now, this is wonky again. Something's bothering me at the back, what's stopping it from sitting flat. I'm going to sort this out later because it needs to be there and it just keeps slightly moving offset. I don't want that happening on anybody's doors. So let's get in our other flowers. So we've got 5. So I will cut these down. So it's like that. Let me check the leaves. They fray. So we're going to take those off and we're going to place those in the bin because I don't like leaves that fray. You can buy, if you're just slightly worried when you put these outside, when it rains or anything like that, you can also buy some artificial floral spray. Oh, I've forgotten what it's called. I've run out. It begins with, I think it's a Z. I forgot. But it's UV protected. It keeps the colour of your florals. And also when it rains, the rain just drips off. It doesn't soak in. I do use that. And also another thing for it as well you can use. And it does work, guys. I have used it a lot, especially when I run out. And I've got some actually in here. And I will show it you. The good old WD-40. I know it's not got a nice scent, but once it's dry, you can also get some little scent bottles where you dip in and just drop over the top and it'll give it a nice scent. But the smell does wear off. And again, just spray it on all over and then it'll protect it from the UV as well. And this, I was taught this years ago, and honestly it's cheaper than buying the actual floral spray, because you get the cans that you buy, oh gosh, they can be around £13–14. Now my son works at a trade shop what sells things like this, and he gets discount off it, 20% discount. But if I didn't, it's still much cheaper to buy than a £13 can, what would only be about this high. You are getting 600ml of a can, what is cheaper than what you would a 300ml. And you just spray it along your flowers all over, then let it dry out overnight, and then that will protect it from your UV, from the sun, and also when it rains, the rain just slides off of it. So I swear by this because it is cheaper. I've got 2 bottles actually, and I don't. It goes far. It really does go far. And just again, like I say, spray it. So if you can't afford the big, or you don't, have the funds, go for WD-40. You can also buy them in small cans. You don't have to have them in those large cans, but you can buy them in the smaller cans, and they are fabulous. They don't just work in household things like squeaky hinges on your doors or anything like that. Fabulous for these. Again, the smell does wear off. Just leave it to stand and set in, and then the following day, do it the night before, especially if you're putting them out the day after or selling them the day after. Spray them the night before, and come the following morning, the smell should have virtually have gone. And again, if you don't like that, then just even get a little bit of air freshener and just quickly spray over to give it a different scent. I've done that many times, everybody, and it does work. I was a bit skeptical to start with when I was told it. When I tried it on something, I practiced with something and then thought, well, I'll give it a go on this. Brilliant. I've only ever had to spray it once. When I've done a Christmas wreath on my front door, I've only had to spray it once, and that once protected the colour and protected the rain from any of your florals or even your ribbon from going mouldy. Fabulous. So there's another you know, something else to help you out, guys, because honestly it's great stuff. It's not just, you know, people think it's just for, you know, household uses or purposes. Use it on your flowers, because there's the actual floral spray that you can buy for the UV for your silk flowers is very expensive. And you know, if you're really an established business, you're constantly using it all the time, you know, just protect it for your customers. You're going to keep buying it and buying it, you know, and it's going to be costly. So I use WD-40 because I have had the spray and it does work the same as the WD-40, but it's more expensive. So I decided, and you know, to use the WD-40. So I don't, it's very rare I buy the actual spray anymore. So give it a go. So we've got those around the sunflower. Then I've got 2 here, so I may want to put 1 up here and then following down there, 1 here. So then you've got 5. What time are we on? Oh, it won't be long for cat food time, cat tea time. My cat's tea time, should I say, not cat tea time. I'm going to go under here. Just slightly bring it lower. Just near the berries. And I'm going to do the same. I could actually put that one up there. Mirror image it. Just so then it looks balanced. So I'm just going to twist it around. Follow it up. Place that there. So I've got a bit of floral at the top. Now we've still got these. Give a bit of brightness. We're going to place some of these in. And I want to cut a different ones at different lengths and use all of these in as well. Don't need that. I want to get closer and cut that off so it doesn't look like it's been hacked. Hacked as we mean is been chopped away at. You probably understand what I'm saying. These have got thorns on. So we're going to bring the brightness out around the side because the brightness of the sunflower is in the centre. And then we've got these slightly deeper shade. So we need something bright to bring it up from out here. So we'll put the longer pieces on the outer side. Just sticking out. So how many of the longer ones? 1, 2, 3 more. So we'll put these in a balanced position. So we've got 1, so we'll have 1 here. And then we'll have 1 down here. So we'll go through here. And have that coming out there. So then we've got these smaller ones where you can either, if you want to elongate them, put them on picks. I could actually bring some around the centre, around there, just to lighten it up on the inner side. and bring a bit of floral. Let's place one. We need something at the top. I'm going to just sit them in. 1, 2, I've got 3, 4. And then we'll place those here, just behind the hydrangea. I'm just going to, like that, and then one here. Like that. They're not obviously, I haven't put them in yet, but that's how I'm going to place them. So then you've got those around there. So let's start with this one. And place these on the inner side. I'm not going in the exact hole that I've used. I'm going at the just at the side of it. I have to think then, guys. I may actually bring that one in there. Something on that side. Around there. So that is where we place those. As you can see, it's getting much fuller, but there's still plenty of room to place different florals or foliage. So we have now got our little pumpkin ones, and I can chop away at these and take little bits off of each and place them in different areas. I've got a couple down here that are already chopped. And that's got tape on already because they are on paperback. We could do with some going in there, I think. But we need something in there. So I may have to get some more. I'm sure I've got some other things. One moment, everybody. Da, 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 da. I don't. 1, 2, 3. Now, what have I got? Something brown, maybe to lift it a bit. I don't want those. They will be too bouncy. I know. Where's that brown gypsophilia? Right, I've also bought out our hydrangea as well. But I want the brown just to give it more of a rustic look. Let's just place. I'm going to come and stand where you are all watching, just to see. Got to be something at the side of the sunflower. The pumpkins are quite hidden, and that is what I was trying to avoid. That's snapped. So I don't want to hide them too much. Or do I get another one of those flowers? I may get another one. In fact, I've got. I'm sure I had a spare one of these chrysanthemums cut off. No, they were attached. Well, I'm going to get one. I don't want the purple. Oh, mind you, that looks all right actually. I place that, and what could I put? Yeah, right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just place this in, and then I'll show you what I've done. Because I'm trying to hide this oasis on this side, and this will do it because it will fluff up, and then this chrysanthemum. I don't know about these purple little berries that are added on, so we're going to pull those off actually. Let me just check the leaves. No, they're fine. I've used these before, so. And then I'm going to get a chrysanthemum, and I'm going to place that in as depth. So then that hides down here. I may just slightly bring it up a bit, back up a bit. There. I'm going to take that off. My scissors. Yeah. What did I do with that? Oh, they're here. And I'm going to cut this slightly smaller. Oh, I'm going to sneeze again. Oh, excuse me, everybody. I'm going to put the gypsophilia in there to give it a different texture. Because I don't think I want the pumpkins in the centre, because that's just going to take away some of the look. If I put a bit under here as well, I'm just dotting a little bit of the brown gypsophilia around the oasis in the centre. And I'm going to place one here also. So I will show you. So I've put a bit of the chrysanthemum there. That poppy head's come off. It's broke. So I've put the chrysanthemum in the centre, as you can see it here at the side, should I say. Just so it fills in there. I may take off that leaf as well because it's starting to hide the red pumpkin. So let's just snip it off. I could bring the red pumpkin slightly there because it's on wire, just so then that shows. So do I then place, because I can see some oasis there at the top as well. Yes. What I'm trying to do is fill it in. I've got a gap just here, and I want to place something in, not too small that I'm going to have to keep putting all the bits in. So I want to place something in that's going to take up a bit of room and fill that gap as well, like that. So it's all quite compact around there. I want to put these in. I've still got the other bits I've got left. I think I'm going to put these around the edge, and they are wired from top to the bottom, so I'm going to be placing just things in and manoeuvring them into a position. You may not be able to see much of them, but they're just slightly coming through. And I'll do the same around here. That isn't on a very long stem, so I'm going to place another pick on that and take off the paper. Yeah, it's got no pick on it, so let's get a pick. Where have I gone with it? Oh, it's here. And again, you can move these. These are absolutely fabulous. I love these. You can put them in any wiggly position, or you can just have them all up like that. But I like to give them movement so they look different. And there's nothing on there, but again, that is like acting like a twig to me, because I want the, you know, the autumnal look. I want the foresty twiggy look, as we say. So it looks maybe like one of the leaves has fell off because it's becoming autumn. Face those forward. Let me just hug that side. Again, bring some of these little pumpkins forward. And the little berries. And bring that there. So now I've got the long one. I don't want the longer one here because that's going to stick out really long. But I want to take off some of the ones at the top. So I'm going to cut it here. So I've got just one leaf, pumpkins and little berries. I don't want, I mean, I could reuse that and place that somewhere else. But on this one, I want to keep the pumpkins showing. Or showing as much as possible. So I'm lifting the pumpkin heads forward. So that's what we've done with that. I may not put any more of that in, so we'll place that over there as well. I'll hold on to those. I don't want those either, so they can go back that way. And I don't want those. So we're now left with our wispy bits. Oh, this, I've been looking forward to this. I really love bouncy bits, wispy bits, you know, what just flop about in the movement. When it's windy, they move just like natural. They would in the, you know, in the natural environment. I want to now just turn it to see, because I can place something actually there. I may. That's gold. I don't want gold. What have I got there? I'm going to place just a cluster of berries in here, so we can hide that oasis from the side. So I'm going to tie this up as well, because this is paperback. And let's get that little bit of oasis hidden, because if I don't hide that, guys, I will go crazy. I need to hide things that are showing. Let's place those. That's better. That is better. I can now see where it's hidden around here. So do I take off or keep them with 4 on? Oh, look at that, how bouncy it is. I'm keeping them with 4 on. So in that case, I'm going to go down here can't see where it's going, but you can bend them. And I'm going to get, I only want 3 of them. So let's fasten these up. I say fasten, I mean put tape on. Just take that off. Right, so then I'm going to place one here and then the other one at the bottom here. So let's do the bottom one first, so I can just lift it up. I need to really hold on this side. So got a bit of movement down here, and then I'm going to place this one here. Let's see where I can place go past. There we go. I hope you can see that. That ribbon's bugging me. It keeps coming through the back. I will sort the position out of the pumpkin. So I'm not going to put any more of those in because I want to keep, you know, not put too much in. So let me just put these back in my bucket. There we go. So now we've got our lovely lady apple. Where's that red one gone? I'm going to reposition that because I want it sticking out. I'm going to put a longer pick on it, guys. Because I can't see it, it's hidden. Right, now we've got a longer pick. Right. Let me just turn it around. I may have to do the same with the white, the cream coloured one. Oh, both come out together, so I'll reposition them all because I don't want them hidden. So let's get another pick on that one. Better, much better. And place that one in another. I'm placing them in different holes. I'm not placing them in the same hole. Better. Now, don't you think that's better, guys? How you can see. I know what it's bugging me. It's this ribbon where it's coming through the back and just sitting there. But that looks much better, as you can see, where they're on show. So here we go with our lovely lady apple. I'm going to get one bunch out. Look at that. Even with its own little wispy bits. And these aren't bright green. They are like a an olive green, so they will fit in lovely as well. But these again, I have got those spare because I do take some of them off. So where are they all? Here we go. I've got some spare because on the other ones I've took them off and then not used them. So I could place those in as well. But these again are all on paperback. So do I... How many is there? About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. Oh, so if I... What I'm going to do, because I've got 2 here, and then I've got these oddments. Instead of taking these off of this fresh stem, I'm going to attach the oddments to them, because I've got to go around anyway with... Oh, I'm coming further down the thing. I don't know if you've seen that. I'm going to attach these to the oddments instead of taking them off the fresh stem at the bottom, because I have to tape them up because they're on paperback. So we'll do it like that. I've got a feeling these videos are about 2 hours long. It's like watching a movie with me, isn't it? So I'm going to do that again with 2 more. And a piece of the oddment. Give it another bit of wispy foliage added in. And I think then that should be, I've just spotted somewhere, so that is where that will have to go. I may have to reposition this as well, bring it out, or I may just leave it and use it. Like that. Let me get these in, because I can see the problem from where I'm standing. You may not be able to see it on, you know, as you're looking at it, but as I'm hovering over it, I can see it. So that's one. There. Let's see if I can bend that a little bit. There. Oh, I've got 2 pieces here that are single. Do I use, let me place these in first, because I could put these in between here. So there's one there, so there. Place these at the back so they can be floating. I want to make sure they're in the right position. So you can just see them popping out. You can bend them so they'll just slightly lean over. So there's one there, one there. I have to hold it. Those at the bottom. I'm going to put one up here actually, and use the other one as well to go on the bottom at the end. So let me just have a look for some space up here. have a go. Like that. Let's just have a look. They're not sticking out very much. Now I have got 3 here. Just take that one off. Might have to replace another one there with the bottom. Where are you actually? I don't want to interrupt this side because the bow's there, so I'm going to have to probably place this one again there. So let's get and fasten these together. Let me just get that bit of paper off. Put that there, yeah. Right, I'm going to just lift it up so I can see here. I need something to hold on to. That's better. Bit longer. Glue string following me. But I have one left. And I want to use this one with the last piece of this wispy bit. So I may, 1, 2, 3. I may put that one, but then if I put that one there, I want to put one there. No, I'll put one up at the top. Just fasten these up as well. So I'm going to place that one here. Just there, so I've got a little bit of floor under there, so let me just see. Yeah, I'm not going to use any more. I will place all these back. Put those away. Now let me just check. I'm looking at my view. Yeah, I do need to alter that because that's how it should be standing. What's bugging me is this, because it keeps hiding. It's better. So because it's all on this side, the weight, it's lifting it up like that. It needs to be upright. So we need to put the handle or anything on this side. So I'm going to do it while we're on camera. I'm going to get another piece of rope. I'm going to cut that one off. And then I'm going to get my staple and staple it onto the back because there's no other space for it to go. Let me just clean this away. So I don't want all this dust or anything to go on. when I place it on the mat to go on the wreath or the pumpkin. Right. So what I'm going to do, now I've put that on through that hole there, I'm going to now cut it off. I'm going to double up. Let's hope this one works. So it may need it about there. So I'm going to tie a knot there. I've just measured how long, where I want to position it. And when I tie the knot, when I put them, I pull those two apart, and so it gives it that extra strength. And then I do another knot, oops a daisy, pull that as well and tie that really tight as well. And then cut it off. So what I'm going to do, if you can see, I need it around here. That's where I need it. I could even put that there, but then it's going to have a lump on the back and it won't sit correctly on the door. I know this is quite thick, and I know these will go through, won't go through. So all I'm going to do is place that on top, and there we have it. So now that should sit correctly. If not, keep trying. That's better. There we have it. Oops, where's that come from? It's not even got glue on it, so where's that come from? Did I just place that in and not? Let's stick it in there then. It must have come from there. Didn't I just... No, there's not even an hole there. Oh, isn't that weird? So we'll place that there. Glue string. So that's all I do with my stapler, and that's how I attach it on the back. You can, if you want to cover up the stapler, get a little piece of ribbon that you know, the colour of what the back of the pumpkin is, so it blends in, and just put that over the rope and the little piece of ribbon, and then staple on top of the ribbon. Let's get this right. Staple the rope down like I have done, then cut a piece of ribbon, and then glue that ribbon over the back to hide your mechanics. So you can do it like that as well. Let me just place these so back in. Because what time are we on? Oh, 4 o'clock. That was good timing. So that is what we have. I'm going to come and have a quick look from where you are, guys. Now then, it's tilting again. I will get this right, guys. I can see it's tilting at the back. I think it's because I've got that ribbon. I think that's it. Is that better? Yeah. So I'm going to bring this, I'm going to take it off. Oh gosh, I've gone on to 2 hours 20. One moment. I'm going to bring the camera closer. Just going to take the cable off. So that is what we've done today. All oranges and shades of different oranges, and these are sort of a, I don't know, what colour would you say they were? They blend in well anyway. Like a deep mauve colour. I don't really know. I think so. And brown. So it's, if I go like that, you may see the whole of it. I don't know how this is going to turn out on the TV if you're watching it on the TV. But it then becomes like that, the whole of it. So let me just turn it back round, everybody. So that's what we have done today. So I'm holding my camera, so I won't be able to go back round. All I want to say is that I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And sorry the video's so long again that I've been, as we say, faffing about. But I wanted to get it done properly. I didn't want to make a mess of it or anything, you know. I will sort that rope out because that is bothering me. And I will get that square because I can see the rope. If you can see the rope at the top, it's leaning to one side. So it's not square. So I will get that sorted. And yeah, it's a pumpkin with an autumnal look with a pumpkin board. And then you've got your bows again, where I say you've got your glittery bows there, and then your checked one, and then you've got your little gnome, and then you've got your one underneath with all the pumpkins. See, it's just moved again. So yeah, it's not right. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And sorry about, again, the pumpkin keep leaning. As I said, I will get that sorted. So I hope you have a good day or rest of the day. I've finished for today. The cat will be waking up shortly, wanting his food. So I'm going to shoot off, and I will see you again soon. So please subscribe and share, and also like, and give us a little comment what you thought of that, even though I have been faffing because the video is 2 minutes and 22 seconds at the moment. 2 minutes, sorry. 2 hours and 22 minutes. So it's very long. Anyway, I've enjoyed it. So I'll see you again all soon. And again, please subscribe and share and like. And take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.